2007, Two Worlds comes out. The world has changed forever. Two Worlds is an incredibly, amazingly bad game that is absolutely hilarious to play. Very fun, very enjoyable. Could not get enough of it. Wrecking stuff, all the janky systems that are involved in it. There's so much to talk about. I love talking to NPCs that kept on saying mayhap, and they kept on going, I, every time you click, like hit the button to talk to them. Just hilarious. Just a fun game. I wish it was backwards compatible. It is not on 360. But there's just so much to be said about it. It's just a really, really unique game that's both terrible and fun at the same time. They also made a sequel. The thing I remember about this the most is you had ostriches in like ankle-high grass in this like savanna area, and they would sleep, they would curl up on themselves and go to sleep, and I would just run in and just absolutely wreck them while they were trying to sleep. That's one of the main things I remember about it, other than it being better in many aspects than from the original game. Just the way it plays, the way it runs, the systems and everything involved in it. And it's got a wacky everything. The magic weapons, you get tons of loot. Your guy kind of looks like a pimp. I mean, it looks awesome when you're playing it. Because there's so many different armor types and stuff. And so I found myself at a GameStop, and I found this for $5, the collector's edition. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't really need that. Even though it's on PC, it's going to run better. But what's this? On the back, it says there is a tabletop role-playing game included. I was like, I got to buy that. So for $5, I bought it. And here it is, tabletop role-playing game. This is Two Worlds. And so I didn't see any YouTube videos about it. And I said, you know what? I got to tell people about this thing. Because it's a riot. It is available on the RPG Objects website. I'll have a link down in the description for the PDF. But if you were lucky enough to find one of the collector's edition, you get this nice hardback book. It's small size, as you can tell, and it's got computer-generated art from the game. And we're going to take a look through it. It shouldn't take too long, and there's a lot of fun stuff to be had with it. So this is obviously like a 3rd edition D&D clone. It uses the OGL, and it's fairly easy here. So, stuff you know. Choose a class. You've got Mage, Thief, and Warrior. Assign ability scores. And choose a race, choose skills, choose feats, and purchase equipment. And here we have this nice guy here, all posed up in his computer-generatedness. So, the Mage has D4 hit points. Good luck with that. It's as if you're playing 2nd edition D&D or 1st edition D&D. And it uses, it's got bonus attack, basic bonus attacks, basic save bonus. You've got a good and a bad one. And then you get bonus feats, and then mana points for mages. So the thief has 2 good saves and 1 bad save. So from your 3 saves, you're going to choose 2 good ones, and one's going to be a bad one. And the warrior's got a D10 hit points, so good luck with that. And they get 1 feat at 1st level. And just like kind of everybody else, they only get 3 skills, 5 skills, and 3 skills for the mage. So there it is, kind of the thing you're going to be looking at a bunch. For some reason, the warrior says 2 poor saves and 1 bad save. So apparently they're really trying to crap on the warrior, but I think they mean 2 good saves, because there's no such thing as a poor save. Everybody knows that. There's only bad and good. I'm surprised there's a section here for multi-class characters. That was surprising. You've got your ability scores, which is strength, dexterity, vitality, intelligence, willpower, and charisma. Obviously, a lot of this stuff is trying to be, from the video game. And your scores start at 10. You have 14 points to add or subtract to raise your ability scores with their respective modifiers. So that's kind of interesting that they went that route. Hit dice saving throws. So fortitude save, reflex save, and mind save. They didn't want to call it will save for some reason, even though, I mean, it's an OGL game, 3rd edition. But they don't always adhere to that mind save different name, as they flub a couple times and call it a will save. But whatever. You got your dwarves. Everybody knows about them. You got your Groms. Everybody knows about them. Wait a second. This is a Grom. So what is that? These warlike tribesmen are not as strong as the orcs, but are fierce and have a strong attunement to the spiritual realm. Bonus for them. They've got spirituality. It gives them +2 to perception skill checks. You've got humans. Pretty easy to know about that. They get the extra feat, and they get a bonus skill. Orcs, we know about them. They can berserk. Big surprise. And then you've got these 2 completely normal type races here. Serpents and Trachnids. Everybody knows about them. This race fought against the orcs in the Great War, but still cannot earn the trust of other allied races. I don't know why not. They get a +2 to charisma. I mean, look at these things. That's a face only a mother could love. Oh well. They don't like orcs. They get a +1 bonus to attacking them. Trachnids, they do not like people attacking their ladies. So any females of their race that get attacked, they get +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls. So don't mess with their ladies at all. That's a detriment. And they can also track by scent as well. And obviously this thing, the race is newly arrived to Antilore and may be the result of a mystical experiment. Don't know how you roleplay these guys. Don't know how they are. I guess you have to play the game and then just kind of see how they're treated. They're usually probably treated with a sword upside their head, if I'm not mistaken, to murder them. So who knows what it's like to play them in a role-playing game, to give them some sort of character. Skills are fairly normal with DCs, pretty normal stuff there. Skills, there is no like tracking skill. It's obviously lacking in some sense. Spells have their own skills. The more ranks you get in it, the higher level spells you can cast. So that's interesting. And it's broken down into like earth, wind, fire, water, all that kind of normal elemental stuff. Then you got your skills, pretty normal. And then you've got your feats, and the feats are fun. You get I want to get the burn feat. So what is the burn feat? Well, you take a torch to somebody's face. Well, that's a feat? Yeah, you got to learn how to do that. That's something different. I don't know. And you have to have attack bonus of +3. I really like that. Just putting a torch into somebody's face is a feat, so that's funny. You've got these boosters for magic, which are kind of interesting because it uses like a level 1 spell. It uses 1 mana point, and you can get a duration bonus pretty much. The spells with their duration is doubled, but it's going to cost you double the mana to cast. So that's kind of interesting, and there's different ones. And if you have multiple boosters, which you can use, it tells you how to pretty much come up with the mana cost to be able to cast all those. And then some of these are just a little bit interesting. There's some that are absolutely just deadly, which I think is hilarious. So you got Magic Booster. It does maximum damage your spells do. Mana Saver. It costs you half the normal mana to cast. And then Overdraw. When attacking with a bow, your damage is increased by +1. This feat may be selected multiple times. So just keep getting that. Once you get an attack bonus of +5, just keep getting that if you're using a bow. And then you're just absolutely wreck stuff because you're going to need it. Believe me when I show you the monsters in this game. So you can do that. And you've also got Stone Hand. Same thing, just uses melee weapons. This one's interesting. Stone Skin. Each time you suffer damage, the damage is reduced by 1 point. You may take this feat multiple times. Haha, you will laugh off damage as you can continuously get that feat. But as you'll see, the enemies are going to make that quite difficult for you. And then you've got your magic section, and you get these little spell cards, so you can dish those out to mages in the game as you play. You get back health very fast. You get back mana very fast. In fact, you get a number of mana each minute if you're resting equal to your willpower modifier. Just sit down for a little bit, and you're casting spells again. So they obviously try to keep it more in tune with the game, the video game, the amazing video game that it is. And if you have played Two Worlds and you've got a funny story, you want to talk about it, I'd love to hear what you think about the Two Worlds video game, because I think it's just an absolute riot. Okay, so all the normal spells, there's spikes, chains, rust weapons, stone wall, rust armor, summon stone golem. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. I mean, no normal spells, bone armor, summon a skeleton with your necromancy, poison cloud, disease. I mean, it's fairly normal. You got equipment. It says equipment. You get 200 gold pieces. You got weapons. You got armor, but there's really no other stuff that you could buy. It doesn't show any type of like generic equipment for you to pick up. So whatever. You can get better magical staves, which give you more damage. So just save up some money, and you can get +4 to your spell damage. That seems like it's going to wreck some fools. And then you're going to get the neat thing. So in the game, you can just take like a dagger +1 and another dagger +1, and you just like, you leave them alone for a little while, like in a bed somewhere, and then they meld together in some sort of strange magical union, and they become a dagger +2. Not really sure how it happens, but I guess it's just some sort of nature takes its course, and it becomes a dagger +2. That's very cool. And then you can't do that with armor though. You put them in a bed, they're just going to sit there for a while, so that's unfortunate. Magic potions and mana potions. Reputation guide for the guilds. This is actually kind of a neat section. It just lets you buy and sell stuff once you get more reputation with certain guilds. You can get contacts, which will help you with if you need a certain skill or some help or something. It could be fleshed out a little bit more to be a little bit better, but interesting that they put it in there, and obviously factions are a part of the video game. Small section here on how to play the game, so you don't need a whole bunch of sections on going on how to do that. So once you get down to 0 hit points, you're dead. And I think that you heal. If a character's resting, he gains a number of hit points every 10 minutes equal to his vitality modifier. So you're going to be able to get the hit points back pretty quick. You got normal challenge ratings. And then let's look at the monsters. So here we've got Devil. Okay, so it has a 90 hit points roughly. All right. And it has plus 14 to its claw attack, doing 1d8 plus 2 plus 1d6 hellfire damage. So don't fight a devil at first level. You got a Ghoul. It's got 48 hit points, and it does 1d8 plus 3, plus it paralyzes you if it attacks you. That's just a normal attack, not its full attack. And they've got a bunch of abilities here from their stench and Ghoul fever and whatnot. So I don't know if you're going to be fighting that at first level. You definitely don't want to fight these golems. 106 hit points, 129 hit points. Yeah, 2d10 plus 11, 3d10 plus 11. That's detrimental. Stone golems, not good. Oh, okay, so let's go to Hell Warrior. 39 hit points. Well, okay, maybe I can tackle this guy. He does 1d8 plus 2. Probably going to kill most first level characters, so don't go up against them for a while. But that's somebody that mainly you might be able to go up against at some point. Hellmaster, let's not even look at that. That doesn't make sense. So you might be able to fight this, an Octagon. Here's the nice picture of an Octagon. I don't know what the hell they look like. It says that they're used as cannon fodder by fire mages and demons, and they bite you. So I don't remember. I tried to search for what these things look like. No clue. I couldn't find anything. Big surprise. But they have 11 hit points, and so that's one more than a first level fighter. And unless they've got some vitality bonus, so they might be a little tougher. 1d8 plus 1 damage with their bite. So good luck. Don't let your mages get a hold of some of them. Reapers, 34 hit points. Okay, 1d8 plus 2. A little bit deadlier. You'll definitely remember these if you play the game. Giant Scorpion, 150 hit points. Yeah, this thing's going to kill you. Its normal attack is 2d6 plus 10. Full attack is 2 claws, doing 2d6 plus 10, and a sting, doing 2d6 plus 5, plus 4d6 poison. You are murdered outright. So what else am I going to fight? You can fight skeletons. They have 13 hit points, okay? They've got a d6 plus 2. You're going to be fighting skeletons in this game early on. That's what I figured out. Or you do what you're probably supposed to do, and you go get a monster manual from 3rd edition or some edition of D&D, and you fight normal other creatures in the game until you can actually beat these normal creatures that are in the game. And then like giant spiders, 52 hit points. Incredible. 2d6 plus 6 plus 2d6 poison. Death. So that's that. It's challenge rating 5, by the way. And then you've got wyverns, 59 hit points. So yeah, these things, everything in the game is going to kill you. I don't know what they expect for you to be able to fight early on in this game. So you're definitely going to want to go and get that monster manual and play normal D&D with Two Worlds until you can fight these unique creatures, such as the Hellmaster. I mean, you just don't want to go up against that guy, I think. So there it is. I just wanted to show you all that. I thought it was interesting. Like I said, I'll have the link down in the description. It's wacky. I'll never play it. It's just something that I was like, I gotta take a look at this. That's the Two Worlds Tabletop role-playing game. Again, if you want to try to take a look at it, you have to sign up for the RPG Objects website. Free, just get an account on there, and then you can download the PDF of Two Worlds Tabletop RPG. And I'm certain it's going to give you tons of hours of absolute hilarity, especially if you're a huge fan of the game and the video game, and you do the voices, and you really no one's doing any of what I'm saying, so don't worry about that. But there it is. I just thought it'd be a fun lark to look at, and hope you've liked this video, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.